وحبيبنا وعظيمنا وقائدنا محمد بن عبد الله الصادق الأمين وعلى آله وصحابته الغر الميامين وعلى كل من سار على منواله واقتفى آثاره بإحسان إلى يوم القرار والخلود والثبات والدين أما بعد فسلام الله عليكم ورحمة منه وبركاته يا جماعة المسلمين ويا أحبابنا وإخواننا في أي مكان من أماكن الله تعالى أنتم نزف إليكم هذه التحية الإسلامية الطيبة. My topic of discussion is the Islamic ruling on Christmas. What does the Sharia, your religion, my religion, your belief, my belief, my ticket to Allah, your ticket to Allah as well, what does it say concerning the Christmas? First and foremost, let me start by saying, in the house of Islam, Isa, Jesus Christ, son of Mary, has the highest regard. It is only Islam, which is a non-Christian faith, that attaches premium importance, respect to Jesus more than any other religion. In 25 places his name is mentioned. He is called Son of Mary, the Word of God, the Spirit of Allah. Not Son of God, not God, not one of the three. There is a whole chapter in the Holy Quran named after his mother. There is a whole chapter, chapter 19, is named after Mary, the mother of Jesus Christ. So to tell you, he is our prophet. We know him more than any other person knows him. Okay, our prophet Muhammad didn't see him, yet he has a lot of information concerning how. Because Allah informed him, Allah educated him. Now some people are taking cover in his name to perpetrate things not known by Jesus himself. Here comes the issue of Christmas, the Islamic teaching. Christmas, the Mass for Christ. One professor, Professor Hansen, Professor Emeritus of Durham University in North Carolina of America, said Christmas is the Christian celebration that commemorates the birth of Jesus. So it's Christian. So if anybody tells you, no, it's no longer Christians, then no. Are you more knowledgeable than themselves? He is the professor emeritus, Professor Hansen, Hillebrand, in his book, in his write-up, in academically compliant research, he is saying it is a Christian festival. Stop there. To commemorate the birth of Jesus Christ. So who are you to tell me it's no longer Christian based, it's just a season for sharing gift and the like? You don't even need to go to what the professor is saying, but to tell you what some are saying. In Islam, any commemoration, any celebration, any festivity that borders on non-Islamic teaching, in Islam you don't take it. In Quran chapter number 3, verse number 28, Allah says, لا يتخذ المؤمنون الكافرين أولياء من دون المؤمنين ومن يفعل ذلك فليس من الله في شيء إلا أن تتقوا منه تقاه. Let not the believers take the non-believers as friends. It's part of taking them friends, taking their own ways, their own activities, part of yours. That should be understood. Now, listen. What is the Christmas? I told you it's a Christian festival that commemorates the birth of Jesus. If some Christians are saying Jesus is God, do you take a God in the womb of a mother? A womb of a mother conceive a God. God. Is that commonsensical? Is that conceivable? A goat eating honeycomb, eating fish. Jesus a God. A God that has a father. Because they are saying his father is God. Forgetting Joseph the carpenter. Now coming back to the point. Christmas is supposed to be commemorating or celebrating the birth of Jesus. And the date for the birth is said to be 25th of December, which is incorrect. Jesus was never born during the winter season. December globally or usually or preponderantly, December 25th comes at the time of the winter. Jesus was not born during the winter season. Jesus Christ, son of Mary, according to Quranic teachings, if you look at it critically, was born during the warm season, the summer, if you like it. Read Quran, chapter number 19, Surah to Maryam, where she gave birth to Jesus. She looked at the babe. She was in an anguish. She was worried. She was disturbed. What did she say? قالت يا ليتني مت قبل هذا وكنت نسيا منسيا. Oh, how I wish I have died for quite a long time. What did the child tell her? He told her, my mother, take it easy. وقري عينا وكلي واشربي وقري عينا فإما ترين من البشر أحدا فقولي إني مثل فلن أكلم الإنسية. If you come across any man talking to you, tell him, I will not speak. Then he told her, وَكُلِي وَاشْرَبِي وَقَرِّ عَيْنَا فَإِمَّا تَرَيِنَّ. Then in one place, he told her, وَهُزِّي إِلَيْكِ بِجِذْءِ النَّخْلَةِ تُسَاقِطْ عَلَيْكِ رُطَبًا جَنِيًّا فَكُلِي وَاشْرَبِي وَقَرِّ عَيْنَا. Go to the trunk of the date tree, shake it, and the date will fall down upon you. Now, rutaban janiya, ripe date, botanically speaking, scientifically speaking, when the date gets ripened and ripe, that never happened during the winter season. During the summer, it is born by the sun rays. So, Quranically speaking, it tells you Jesus was never born during the winter season. Because rutaban janiya, ripe and ripened date never get ripened during the winter season. Look at the teaching of the Quran. Quran told you this before some people will come and tell you he was born by December 25. It's a lie. But there you are as a Muslim, celebrating it, following them without knowledge. Is it because you live in Europe? Wherever you live, my brother, my sister, you live according to the teachings of the Book of Allah, the Quran, the Sunnah. Otherwise, you'll be thrown away. So historically, Jesus was not even born by December 25. It was a pagan celebration. That is when in England, around 1647, the British or the English government declared celebrating Christmas illegal. Yeah, in England. 1646 to 40, they say it is a purely pagan celebration. Somebody called Mithra. Mithra was the one that the people in Greece and those times they worshipped as a god. He was the guy born by December 25. When Christians entered, when Europe entered Christianity, they took the pagan practices and made it Christian. They give it to the people. Because they have the media, they can talk. Now people have just taken it. Now when you look at how Xmas is being celebrated, purely no any correlation to Jesus Christ. Completely. Merrymaking. With somebody called Santa Claus in America. Or Father Christmas. With the white beard. Giving gift. What connection have you gotten with this? Your Quran is there. Your prophet is there. Your religion is there. And Allah has warned that whoever imitates the people in hadith is part of them. Now I'm telling you, somebody else was born by the name Mithra or Mithras. To them is their God. Now another character was brought, Saint Nicholas or Saint Nick, who represented this character. They took it and made him the Father Christmas. Now those people in the winter season, when they got a light, they used to worship even the light. They called the sun the life-giving power, LGP. Because of that, there was a tree. They called the tree the evergreen tree. That tree will never go dry. Hence, they call it the Christian tree. They made it like amulet, like concoction, and also like a lyre. Now you are taking this tree. This tree has been commercialized in a lot of places. You see a Muslim selling Xmas tree because of stark ignorance. You don't know your deen? Islam is a religion that tells you maintain the teaching, maintain the way, maintain the system, maintain the processes if you want to come near Allah the Almighty. This is just a brief introduction, very brief, concerning the origin of this festivity called Christmas. It's not Islamic. It's rooted in paganism. No matter what somebody is going to tell you, you listen to what Professor Hans, I quoted, and a professor emeritus in Durham University in North Carolina of America. It's a Christian celebration. Now what do you got to do with that? After this, what is the fatwa of our ulama? Sheikh Ibn Uthman, a great scholar who died in the year 2000, in a fatwa he said, it is haram, it is not legal, it is haram, forbidden for a Muslim to be part and the parcel of rejoicing with non-Muslims in their festivities. Because lakum dinukum waliyadin. To you belongs your religion, and to me belongs mine. Are you hearing? Are you listening? If you are hoodwinked, you are bombarded by some reasons, not reasons. You follow them like a follow, you know what to tell Allah Almighty. Even if you live in America and Europe, maintain your Islamic identity. So the ulama say it is haram. To even say happy Xmas is haram. Okay, are you happy with that? Listen. The Quran says, those who say Jesus is Son of God, تكاد السماوات يتفطرن منه وتنشق الأرض وتخر الجبال هدا أن دعوا للرحمن ولدا وما ينبغي للرحمن أن يتخذ ولدا. Allah says, the heaven is about to be put asunder. The heaven was about to be torn into pieces. The earth to be shattered. The mountains to fall down in total disarray for saying Allah has a son. Imagine a total destruction of the world was about to take place for merely saying Allah has a son. That's the Quran. So by the time you say happy, that means you are happy with that thing that is going to put the whole world in total disarray. That's what you are doing. And you claim to be Muslim. You cannot be a true Muslim if you maintain this kind of belief. If somebody tells you, oh, you are so dogmatic, telling is because of dogmatism in you that you want me to follow your way. That's all. You cannot be bamboozled by somebody's words. Someone will tell you, oh, you are too rigid, you maintain Islam. Yes, because of the rigidity in you, you want to follow Satan. You are rigid too. So you want me to live my own way because of your rigidity. I agree, call me rigid in maintaining my teachings. If you want to be rigid in following Satan, okay, it's up to you. Rigid. Which rigidity is going to be flexibility? My own. Don't allow anybody to bamboozle you. Give him the truth. Say it. So, saying Allah has a son is enough to cause total commotion in the celestial and terrestrial bodies. Jet bomber didn't tear the heavens and earth. Atomic bomb didn't tear the earth and the heavens. Hydrogen bomb, which is more lethal, more dangerous, didn't put the earth asunder. But saying Allah, God has a son, is about to tear the heaven and earth. Now, that saying is what they are celebrating. Are you a Muslim? You follow it. You know the danger you find yourself in. In Quran chapter number 25, verse number 72, Surah Al-Furqan, Allah mentions the qualities of Ibadur Rahman. The servant of Allah, the most gracious. Among their qualities, they say, وَالَّذِينَ لَا يَشْهَدُونَ الزُّورِ وَإِذَا مَرُّوا بِاللَّغْوِ مَرُّوا كِرَامًا. Ayah 72. Ibadur Rahman, the true servant of the most gracious, are those, among others, who do not bear witness to lies. By the time you participate in Xmas, you eat their food, you go there, you are witnessing to a lie. You cannot be amongst Ibadur Rahman. So I am calling on the parent, especially in Europe, Western world, to be very careful. Educate your children, your daughters, your sons and the like, because Allah is going to ask you. O anfusakum wa alaykum. Tell them. Somebody tells you, but like somebody called me here in Nigeria last 3 days. Yeah, Sheikh, I have a Christian friend who asked me, he said, please, sir, Christmas is coming. Give me your contribution. So the guy was calling me to know the fatwa. I say, it's haram to give a single kobo to him. Tell him there is a red line. I cannot cross it. Yeah, let's get on as friends. But when it comes to touching my susceptibility, I cannot cross it. Yeah, I can give you money to eat food, medical care, school fees. I can, regardless of your religion. But when it comes to any festivity, which is totally on your belief, I can never, ever help you do that. Because I'll be committing blasphemy. Why are Muslims so shy to explain their religion? Are the other people shy to tell their own? Why are you shy? Because you are weak in that case in your iman, my brother. All right? So I told him you cannot do that. Some will tell you, well, you see, I have been asked to just supply rams and the she gods or gods. I said, don't do that. Because the Quran chapter 5 verse 2 says, وَلَا تَعَاوَنُوا عَلَى الْإِثْمِ وَالْعُدْوَانِ وَاتَّقُوا اللَّهَ إِنَّ اللَّهَ شَدِيدُ الْإِقَابِ. Do not help one another in the commitment of sin. Celebrating Christmas tantamount to denying Allah. You are saying you are celebrating the birth of God. That is blasphemy in Islam. In fact, it's much easier to help a prostitute, a harlot, in committing adultery than this one. Yeah, because that one is called al-kabira, major sin. But this is shirk. And Allah says, وَالْفِتْنَةُ أَشَدُّ مِنَ الْكُفْرِ. In one ayah, akbaru. Fitna means shirk. Blasphemy is more dangerous than committing major sin. But how many people, how many Muslims are alive to this responsibility? I told you briefly the historical analysis of where even Christmas even comes. And the so-called, what do you call it, Christmas tree. I told the origin. Okay? Some will tell you, like I've said, well, but this is now is a social gathering. I said, no, it's not social. It is purely Christian. If it is social, why don't you do it in January? Why not in February? Why not in March? Why 25 of December? Even though some do it in January. But this is the winter season. And I told you historically, Jesus was not even born in that. And even there are some Christian groups who even deny it themselves. This is a pagan practices. I told you, in England, 1646 to 47, they denied it. They excommunicated the perpetrators. If they are nearer to that, that is how they treated it. What about you as a Muslim who have a religion? You have a book of authority. You have a prophet. You have a system. You have everything. You have your constitution. You have a roadmap only for you to go away from the way. So it is haram to participate in that. Now, somebody asked me, hey, Sheikh, I have a Christian friend who was observing the marriage of his daughter, and he invited me, and I was there. He gave me, I said, that is quite different. You talk about marriage, you go there. He even gave you food that you know you will eat for marriage. But this is something based on denying God. That is our belief. Christmas is about denying Allah, ascribing son to God, to Allah, which is totally, vehemently opposed in the house of Islam. Until you maintain that, you cannot be a true Muslim. Don't even say happy Christmas. If you say happy, that means you are happy about saying God has a son. Know about it. Why can't you tell your Christian friend, my friend, you know, we have been together. I love you, you love me. Okay. But this is a dividing line. If you know I cannot come to your wife, it's a red line. This line is much redder, if you like it. It's more reddish than not to tell me. If you know you cannot claim the ownership of the car of your friend, it's the red line. This is by far much bigger and being red than that one. Why can't we understand these simple things? Tell your friends, no, lakum dinukum waliyadin. Is it bad? The Muslims, some kept quiet. They don't want to be called, oh, they are too extreme. You tell them it's because of extremism in you. You want to draw me to your own path. You too are extreme. Okay. You cannot bamboozle me by your words. But let's be frank. Be just in your word. Tell your friends kind word. No, Mr. Jacob, Mr. Maxwell, I can't do that because I'm a Muslim. This reminds me, a friend of mine told me in the city of Albany in New York State of America, 2017. I was in the city. I was his guest. He's a Sheikh, he's a Muslim. He told me, Sheikh, when I arrived this community, I went around the community telling them, I am a new arrival. When I want to know you, you know me, that we are together so that we have a kind of a communal harmony to live in peace and stability. Oh, they welcome me. So he said, the day I was about to throw a party to welcome my arrival, they organized it. A Christian neighbor, an American lady, brought a carton of beer to me. I said, what did you do? I said, no, Sheikh. I didn't back at her. I didn't say, hey, go away. It will be unwise to talk to her without process. But the lady was watching if I will take the beer. I just took it, gave it to my wife. I said, hey, my darling, go and hide it. He told me, my wife was shivering. What is this? It's a beer. I said, oh, I have never seen it. He said, take it easy, take it easy. There is a hikmah, there is a wisdom. The lady respected me. That is her way to respect me. And I don't take it. She didn't know in Islam we don't take it. But because we are wise, you can't reject her. So when the time, the D-Day arrived, the lady was still watching to see whether her gift will be respected by being consumed. I never took it. Then she complained. Hey, I didn't see you taking my beer. I said, no. Then I got an opportunity. I say, Madam, I'm sorry. I'm a Muslim. We don't consume. Oh, I'm so sorry. Because I have hurt your feelings. No. He said, no problem. You didn't know. Then she said, will you allow me to take it back? I give you something. I said, yeah. So you can say, politely, he went and collected the beer from his wife and took it. That is back to the sender. Later she brought some mineral. That is the hikmah. Quran says, invite people to Allah's way through wisdom. an intellectual dialoguing. If he had been so harsh on her, it would have been difficult, especially the community was living in. So I am saying you can employ the same hikmah to a Christian friend. No, I don't take it. I cannot come to your church. I am Muslim. To you, it's your religion. To mine is it. If that is extremism, let it be so. Because you too are extreme in saying I should follow you. So you are extreme. So why do you consider your extremism flexibility and mine not? I'm not a human being. But the Muslims don't talk. They don't explain. Otherwise, Europe and America, well, they're very, very good people. A lot of them want Islam. But at times, the behavior of some Muslims. Now you see young men, young girls in Germany, in Italy, in Spain, and America going to the party, joining the bandwagon of Xmas. They don't know. Okay? The parent should warn their kids. Explain to themselves, oh, don't go there. You are a Muslim. That is the meaning of being a Muslim. Unless if you are compelled. Who compels you? They have freedom of religion. At least they say, they claim. Unless if it is hypocritical. So you leave your child going, bring in Christmas card, you say happy, they bring to you carton of whatever, and sometimes the Xmas gift, some are laced with some things forbidden. Pork, a'udhu billah, or even alcohol, and you consume. You say you are happy. You are happy with saying God has a son, which is catastrophic, I have explained earlier. And you're happy maybe in consuming things forbidden. You're going to ask all these things before Allah the Almighty on the day of Al-Qiyamah. So the fatwa of ulama is celebrating Xmas is haram because our Eid, our celebrations are 2 or 3. You have the minor Eids, the minor Bayram. We call it Eid al-Fitr. That is our festival. We celebrate Eid al-Fitr after every cycle of fasting monthly. Yearly. That is our Eid, Eid al-Fitr. The second one is the Eid al-Kabir, Eid al-Nahar. The Eid that we sacrifice animals. That is the second Bayram, major one. The third one is the weekly Eid, which is Jummah. These are the only 3 recognized in the heart of Islam. By the time the Christians are celebrating their own, you are there, you are either with Islam or with them. No any other way. Tell them confidently, no, I'm a Muslim. But we can get on as friends, but that is what I call red line. I cannot take what does not belong to Islam. Similarly, somebody, we were talking this morning in a masjid here in Nigeria, in a masjid. Somebody said, well, what if a Muslim, an imam, was invited by a Christian? Say, yeah, imam, please come and slaughter my animal that I want to give the meat to the neighbors. I know you will not eat it as a Muslim, so I want you to slaughter it. I say it is haram for such an imam to slaughter it. Otherwise, you'll be culprit, you'll be accomplice, because you are slaughtering for the purpose of celebrating that dangerous thing I have mentioned. Not only meat now, even if they give you cake and the mineral, don't take it, because it is connected with this. And the ulama are saying, al-umuru bimaqasidiha. Al-umuru bimaqasidiha. Issues are tied to their causality. Issues are looked at because of the basis of their coming up. If he asks you, help me with money, I want to settle the rental money with me. My rent is skyrocketing, is coming up. You give him. You help him. Show him good Islamic attitude, because it's not tied to that negative aqidah. We have to understand. Please, my friend, as a gift in the community, you can have a community in Europe, in Nigeria, anywhere, where there are Christians. You live in peace, not in pieces, on mutual understanding, but on respecting each other's religion. There are things you'll not come in. So please, your contribution for fencing the community, for taking watchman for our security. Yeah, you come together. That is quite different. But if something touches on our core belief that is going to compromise our belief, you don't be playful with that one. So, that is very important for all of us. The way out. The way out, after hearing the fatwa of ulama, it is haram. Bin Uthman said it, Bin Baz, Ibn Taymiyyah. Somebody should not come and tell me, but Ali ibn Abi Talib radiallahu anhu was given a meat during a pagan festival in Medina. They call it Eid al-Nairuz. The hadith is not very reliable. It's not reliable. That is number one. Number two, even if it is reliable, the Muslims have the upper hand. Today you don't have it. You can compromise your belief and your iman. So the way out, which is going to be the last part of my talk to you, inshallah ta'ala, the way out, number one, teach your kids Islam, day and night. Teach them the aqidah of Islam, wherever you happen to be. You live in Hamburg, in Berlin, in anywhere, in New York, in Kano, Nigeria, in Lagos, and in Abuja, in Accra, wherever. The lands belong to Allah. And Allah is worshipped each and every part of the world. That is number one. Number two, call your kid to the masjid. They should be there in the masjid 5 times a day. They should be listening to Islamic lectures and teachings. Number three, carefully look at the friends that your kids keep. They are saying, tell me who your friends are, and I'm going to tell you who you are. Tell me who your friends are, and I'm going to tell you who you are. Make sure your kids befriend good company. Number four, engage in dawah activities. Explain Islam through knowledge, not through dogmatism, through intellectual dialoguing. Don't be shy. Don't be away from the way. Number five, you reach out to the yet to be reached people. Go to the hospitals, graveyards as Muslims, and maintain the sunnah in whatever you do. And try to convince your kids, because children are very, very inquisitive. Daddy, what is this? Don't say, hey, keep quiet. Don't back at him. Try to explain to him, because he has the capacity to absorb what you're telling your kid. So don't just back and say harsh words against him. This are my piece of advice, asking Allah the Almighty to bless all of us. Don't even celebrate Happy New Year, because Happy New Year, they got together with Xmas, even the so-called Black Friday. Look, as a Muslim, maintain your identity. You shall be distinctively clear in your aqidah, in your activities. At the same time, maintain middle course way, ummatan wasata. I think we have to call it a day to draw the curtain on the discussion. And I hope the message has been sent across, asking Allah the Almighty to bless it. Our cameraman here, Brother Shoaib, Engineer Amaha, our young boys, Ahmed and Adam, who traveled far and wide to assemble this program to you all. May Allah bless you all. May Allah accept this as an act of ibadah. We meet next time. سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون وسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله